Hey.
Hey, welcome back.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back. It's Johnny Beane, David Nesdahl. June 5th, 2020. 6, 7, 8, 9, 9:55 p.m. Eastern Time. 6:56 p.m. Santa Cruz time. And if you're just joining us, we actually just finished a great show with Greg Runoff. You guys might know him from Van Halen Rising. He's got a new book about Ted Templeman, producer of Van Halen, of the Doobie Brothers, right?
Yep.
Van Morrison. A lot of stuff. So make sure to check out that video. There'll be a card right above Dave there. And yeah. And like I was saying, I feel kind of weird. That's like, you guys know that watch us. We usually do, 3-4 hour shows, and when we have a show dedicated to a guest, I feel kind of weird, continuing the show when they're gone. So thank you to Steve Carmichael, one of our many great executive producers here on YouTube. We're live on YouTube and Facebook. But if you're watching us on YouTube, you can become an executive producer like Steve Carmichael, and Charles Green, Mike Neese, Connor Johnson, 5150, Robbie Johnston, Music Therapy Laz, David Ennis, Thomas Santiago, Michael Smith, and some Dave Dude. You just click the join button down below, and it helps with these videos and more. So, yeah. So anyway, welcome. What?
I'm just gonna. Never mind. I'll say it when you're done. I apologize. I'm not in my right mind today. Really, I'm interrupting people. I'm sorry, Donnie.
Oh, man. It's all good. Hey, John BL 5150 is here. He is actually he's actually the producer behind the scenes of these shows. It's a special event show. That's right. This is the Steve Carmichael special. Steve, this show was actually you're totally responsible for this show. So thank you so much. It was your idea. Just like old times.
That's right.
The awkward silence.
7 over 8 says it. That's right. Ben Tom, the rack behind me. You mean this one? This one here?
Yeah. What is that?
Just it's got some guitars on it. He said it looks so bananas. Nice. Thank you. Actually, I have several racks like that in this room. There's one right in front of me here with 7 guitars on it. I've got 2 guitars in front of me on stands, and then a bunch of guitars, 8 guitars sitting right over here as well.
It's a lot of guitars.
A lot of guitars.
Oh, the Runoff show was a special event. That true. That that too. I'm all hopped up on caffeine.
You are.
And like what Greg said about Ted Templeman when he got the call from Quincy Jones about getting Eddie's number for the song "Beat It," when he said he was laughing and everything. Yeah. That's like me. That's what I do. I sit here and just laugh nonstop by myself.
You always do that. You it's like almost uncontrollable.
Uh-huh.
It's not a bad thing. I'm not saying that. I'm not criticizing it.
Actually, it's always this.
Yeah. Well, luckily you have that. I broke mine, lost mine. I don't know where mine is. See,
it's like that. Oh, this is so weird. Thank you, Nightbot, Yeah, you can check out Greg's book at templemanbook.com. Buying a Beretta Special. I hope you're talking about a guitar, Riley.
Yeah, and not a car.
Awesome, man. Riley, I almost wore that T-shirt. I've got that same shirt. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Ben Tom, in your mind, a scary or funny place to live? It's both. Depends on the time of day. Yeah, Bent. Yeah, I know. That's what I was hoping he wasn't talking about. You can't say it. You can't say that on here, man.
708 says he likes this version better. Does that mean you're quitting, Jay?
Yeah, he already said he quit
For tonight.
Right, so it was fun, Jay. I have a feeling I'll see you tomorrow night, though. But Riley, I was gonna say, dude. Yeah, I was gonna wear that same shirt. Actually, the shirt that's in your avatar. I have that same. Where are you? Where'd you go? I've got that same. Anyway,
How big is that shirt that's on you? That looks really big on you.
It
looks like a nightgown.
It is.
Maybe not. Maybe it's one size too big for you. Or you know what? Maybe because you lost all that weight, it's a little big on you.
It always was big on me.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I lost like 16 pounds.
And I gained.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's because, no baked potato chips, man.
Well, that's just a little bit of a snack. But, with COVID, it's very hard to find the food that I need to eat at stores that I'm supposed to eat. So I'll start losing it again now that the stores are filled with the foods I'm supposed to have.
Mm-hmm. I went out today, actually. And it was one of the first. Actually, it was one of the first times I went out in the past almost 3 months, where I was around people. Of course, I was wearing a mask. I've got this little homemade. This is actually, what is this?
Briefs.
It's actually. I know what this looks like. It's actually a sleeve from a shirt. Is what it actually is. But it's homemade, and it's got this little. Curious George, little stamp, little stamp on there. So this is what I wear when I go out. This is how I look, But I think at the end of the month, there will be Johnny Bean TV masks available. Actually, bless you.
Excuse me.
Yeah, you'll have to be wearing one of those masks. Is it mask or masks? Let's see if that works.
One of those masks.
Did that work? I don't know if that worked. Anyway, if you go, just Google me. Google Johnny Bean TV, and you'll see a link to the. Oh, there we go. Nightbot, that did work. Awesome. You guys can order a Johnny Bean mask. I already ordered one myself, so once I get it, I'll do an unboxing. And show them off a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
It's supposed to be awesome. Let's see what else. Man, this other computer, I usually have the video on this other screen here, so I can usually kind of see what's going on, but for some reason it's not. Yeah. Oh, here we go. Friday Night Live. Live now. There we go. 31 watching. 17 thumbs up. Leave a thumbs up, you guys. And I forgot to. I didn't really say it the last show, but this is also a podcast. So you guys can listen to these shows on iHeartRadio, on Spotify, on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, which I totally forgot totally forgot we were on Google, which is actually it's very good to be there, and I had totally forgotten that we were there.
How do you get there?
You have to submit. You have to be approved to do all this stuff. iHeartRadio took almost a year. Took a long time. The Line 6 podcast. Yes, whatever you want to know about Line 6, ask away. How do I get a pod and submit? How do I get a pod? What? Huh? This is crap. Thank you. If you'd like to listen to this crap, make sure to go over to Spotify and tune in, and it'll be there. Although it'll sound much better. It'll sound much better.
Yeah. So it was great having Greg Renoff on here before. Very informative. His book is great. Well, I read some of it, not a lot of it. But
you read the first page?
I read the very end.
Mm-hmm. Oh, so you know how it ends.
Yeah. But it'll be a great read. His answers to all the questions were great. Just a good guy.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I mean, it's funny because like I had said, I see him. We're involved in conversations every day. Over on Twitter every day. He tags me nonstop over there when it comes to anything. A lot of Van Halen. Well, mostly Van Halen related stuff. Like somebody will ask him something, he'll be like, I don't know, and he'll tag me in it, and and 10 times out of 10, I'll know it. I'll know the answer, or I'll have a picture of of the guitar, or whatever it is. So it's always good. So yeah, so it's it's kind of weird, seeing him, but kind of not, because I feel like I always am.
Yeah. Papa Blue wants to know if we've tried the Katana amp. I have. I'm not a big fan. I love Boss products, but I mean, it's maybe a great tool as a practice amp, but not to gig with. Not a good gigging amp.
Why? Because it's too small?
No, they make big versions of it. It's just I like tube amps. I like it's just a much bigger sound. It's solid state amps. They get lost in the mix very easily because they're, when it's an ensemble, when you're playing with an ensemble, they'll get lost in the mix unless they're going direct into the PA or you have a mic in front of it. And a lot of gigs I do, there's no microphone in front of it. You're playing bar gigs locally. Just got to be loud enough to play over a drummer.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, myself, I always think, to me, it's always tubes. You got to use tubes.
Yeah.
You have to. I know there's people where, I know there was somebody on, was it Facebook or was it in the chat here? Somebody was saying they'd always played solid state. They'd never played a tube amp, and they were looking for advice on getting on their first tube amp. And I'm sorry, I forget who it was, or where it was, but I remember saying to them, dude, it's like finally you'll know what it's like to really be playing the guitar, because there's nothing like a tube amp.
You're absolutely right. And most tube amp combos you have, just realize if you're used to playing with a lot of distortion in your little, solid state amps, you're going to need some sort of pedal usually in front of that amp to get distortion out of it. Because most amps like the Hot Rod DeVille or the Blues Deluxe, those Fender amps, those Fender style amps, they're generally just clean amps that you need. You need a palette with some pedals on it to color up the amp. It does have a distortion side, but it's not really like not what you think it might be. It's very light on the distortion end. Like don't buy a Blues DeVille and think you're going to have a 5150 sound. You're not.
No, although you can buy a 5150 and turn down and cut the gain and get something.
Yeah.
For any gig.
Yeah, you could probably buy a used 112 5150 combo for like $800 or $900, maybe even less.
That's cool. Thank you.
How many watts?
Huh?
Bill Spruce wants to know how many watts. I mean, you could start with a 15-watt amp. That's plenty loud to play in your house in very small gigs with a microphone in front of it. I have a 30-watt tube amp here, 112 combo that is so loud that it'll make your ears bleed if you're standing in front of it. And it's also low enough to play in the room if you want.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Johnny Beane, did you see my horrible playing with my new LPD 87 pedal? Did I see it? No, I did not. Do you have a link? Let's all look at that.
Hey, Bozique.
After show, yeah. Well, yeah. This really isn't. That's what's weird. That's what's weird because I kind of promised. Well, one of the things with if you become a channel member here on YouTube, is you get one exclusive video a month. Meaning, I'll sit here and talk to the channel members, which I feel like I do anyway sometimes. And then I kind of said, and then I'll start doing them every show. I'll do an after show, because for a while I was doing those on my other. I've got a second channel, which I kind of dedicated to that. And then I figured the real way to do that was, if you're going to do after shows, do them for the channel members, So, but no, so this isn't an after show.
No,
although it kind of is.
This is just a show. It's going to be a light show, but it's a show anyway.
Yeah, and the reason we're back on is because I always feel weird if we dedicate a show to a guest, and then they leave, and then we stay on for another 2 hours. Like we did that. We've done that before with people, and I felt kind of weird about it afterwards. One of our executive producers, Steve Carmichael, had the brilliant idea of, hey, just end that show and start another one. So there you go.
Yeah.
And this is the Friday Night Live show, Halface. And Halface, thank you for following me on Twitter today. I saw that. I think that was you. Halface? Halfface? Do you really want to see a Van Halen biopic? Who would you cast? Oh, man. I don't know. Actually, no, I do know. I would cast different members of, let's say, the best. You pick out the best members of all the Van Halen tribute bands that are out there, like the best of the best. The best Eddie, the best Dave, the best Michael, the best Alex. The best whoever, and put them together and put them in the movie.
But then they can't talk because chances are they're not going to be good actors.
But Van Halen, they weren't actors. That's what they always said. Didn't Eddie? Wouldn't they say that? They're like, we make these. You know, we don't like making videos because we're not actors. I think he said that one time, which makes sense. But yeah, I mean, it would be weird seeing Brad Pitt as Michael Anthony.
You would need lookalikes. You couldn't use Nerd Halen.
No, well,
You really couldn't.
with wigs.
No, because not the right. They're not the right size. I mean, I would probably. It's just a tough.
Well,
it's a tough.
Well, did you see that? Did you see that Back to the Future video on YouTube?
No.
John Biel, what's the channel? There's a YouTube channel where they superimpose, like they did a Back to the Future video with some other actor, and it was the same footage, but it had the other actor's face, and it looked real. So they could superimpose, wigs. Half-face. It's so funny you say that, man. Because there's a video on the channel here of me talking to Michael Anthony, and he actually said that I looked like Seth Rogen.
You do with that beard.
Look it up, or there'll be a card right above Dave. There'll be a card of Michael Anthony pointing at me, saying, "Look, you look like Seth Rogen." Anyway, is it deep fake? Maybe, yeah. 6 strings, yeah. Maybe that's it. Maybe that's it. Pretty weird videos, but they could do that. You know, I'd rather they did that myself, because I actually have a problem with seeing tribute bands, and you know, maybe they sound like it, but they don't really look like the guys. And I've always kind of had a problem with that. And I'm not talking about just Van Halen. I'm talking like any tribute of any band there is. You know, it's like they almost become like a scuffed version of whoever it is. And to me, it's just kind of weird. And that's one of the reasons why Nerd Halen is so awesome, is because they're not trying to look like those guys. They're doing something totally different. That's why we love Nerd Halen.
I agree.
You know?
I've got Caleb coming up on a show coming very soon, next few weeks.
Wow.
Caleb and I have a female Angus Young from an AC/DC tribute coming up as well in the same show.
Awesome. I would hope they would be able to play, though, Riley is saying. Well, no, in a movie, they wouldn't have to be able to play. Or a biopic or whatever. Actually, there was that one. There was already a Van Halen biopic, and it was awful. Remember that?
Yes, it was terrible.
I didn't even really see it. I was watching it on my phone. I was at Whole Foods, and I was watching it on my phone. But once it was over, all the reception was not good at all about it. So.
Ben Tom, thank you very much. It was a little tough last night, but I think it came out pretty good. I appreciate the kind words.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, see, it's not easy doing this.
Nope, I never said it was. Never said it was. I
mean, even right now, this show sucks.
We're not talking about anything. We're just talking like two guys. There's nothing on it.
Yeah, it's like 5 years ago, except now I have a beard. That's the only difference.
Oh, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. Well, what do you talk about after a show like we just had with Greg Renoff? It's like, the calm after the storm.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's what an after show really is, although this is not an after show, like I said.
No.
Although it kind of is, but it's not. Let's see. I guess I'll tell you guys what I did today. Actually, I went and well, maybe I shouldn't tell you. I probably shouldn't tell you what I did. Although I can show you. I can show you. Right? Oh, you can't see it. It's too bright.
Oh, you have where you had blood taken?
I went and I did a crack. And it was awesome. No, I saw the doctor.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no, I didn't.
How much blood did it take from you?
That guy wasn't even a doctor.
He was a phlebotomist.
I don't know what that is.
That's a guy that takes blood.
A lobotomist.
Phlebotomist.
I did some drugs.
He gave you a lobotomy.
I'd never taken heroin before, but I had to do it. It has to be done at some point.
You have to try it.
Yeah. No, I'm taking a test to see if I had coronavirus, because I'm 99% sure that I had it after NAMM. Do you guys remember how sick I was after the NAMM show?
Yeah, you were.
And actually, John Mancuda was bedridden. He was very, very sick. Although I don't know if he thinks we had it. A lobotomist. Yeah, I went and saw a lobotomist today. And anyway, I'm pretty convinced I had it because of the symptoms I had, and they talk about the respiratory thing. I had breathing issues for a month. I couldn't breathe for a month, and I'm serious. And if you guys go back on these videos, during the whole month of February, I'll probably be talking about that. I would go work out. I'd go to the gym, and I'd be sitting there. I would talk to you and Jay on Messenger. Yeah.
You
guys would be like, "Hey, send us some pictures," and I'd be like, "No," from the gym, and
of the females though, not you.
Yeah, but I wouldn't do that. I sent you guys the pictures of me. But I'd be sitting.
Female.
Yeah, I'd be sitting there on that bike though, and I couldn't breathe. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that I had it, and I'm taking the test to see if I did or not. I'll know within a few days if I had it or not. Either way, it was nice to go outside today.
Yeah. Sure.
Actually, today was the first time I've ever looked forward to going to a lobotomist.
Just a botanist?
A
botanist.
Yeah. Because I've been cooped up in the house here for 3 months. So it was awesome going out and take all the blood you want. I'm outside.
Take about 8 pints, please.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, it was great. And so I didn't come home right away either. I hung out for a little bit.
You went to the night botanist?
Yeah. Night botanist. That's right, Silverado. Or Sylvester Stereo. Sylvester Auto 1. Who is that? Is that Bugs Bunny or is that that's Sylvester. Well, that's your name, so I guess that is, huh? Music Therapy Laz. Another channel member. Smoke some weed, Bill Spruce says. I've never smoked weed in my life, and nobody believes me. Nobody believes me at all. I've never done it.
I believe you.
And I live in the weed capital of the world, Santa Cruz, where Ted Templeman is from. I wonder if he ever comes back here. I wonder if there's if he has relatives here still. Because there's this other rock star who used to live here. He comes back here. And Switch My Dad doesn't have a leg to stand on. What? Mancuda is replying to your comments from Tuesday's video, you guys. So leave some comments on Tuesday's video right now and tell Mancuda that we're live.
We're not alive though. We're just live.
Yeah. Oh, and yes, thank you, Nightbot. I'd appreciate if you guys want to jump over to Johnny Bean TV on Facebook. If you guys could leave some reviews over there, that'd be awesome. And it could be something as simple as, "Hey, Johnny's very handsome." I know he'd be lying, but you could do that, and I'd appreciate just any kind of review, any kind of something over there would be really appreciated. And on Google as well. Johnny Bean TV on Google. If you Google my name, you can actually leave a review over there. Could you guys tell me the name of the bad biopic?
I don't know.
What was that called? It's like the only one.
I really don't know.
Let me see. Van Halen biopic. And yeah, it was called no, it's not that. Was it that? Breaking the Band.
Yes, that's it.
It was called Breaking the Band, Van Halen. It was in 2018. And oh, you can actually watch it. You can watch it on Reels. Oh, and actually, it has all the actors for who was in it. Michael Anthony was actually in it. Right? No.
I don't think so.
Oh, maybe just the character of Michael Anthony was in it. And here, Riley, if you want to see it, I'll show it here. Here it is. It's right there. Although it has 8 stars.
Out of how many?
Out of 10.
Man, someone doesn't know what they're talking about.
I think it was only Van Halen fans who thought it was terrible. Yeah, apparently Dee Snider narrated it, I guess. Although maybe he does all those, because they do them on different bands. I don't know. I just remember hearing it was pretty bad, and the stuff that I saw wasn't great. Although Greg Renoff was in it. I think we just talked to him. You guys, it was amazing. It was incredible.
It was incredibly terrible.
No, I don't know. Maybe it was good. But I would think anything Greg Renoff, did officially himself would be much better.
I think so too.
So. There you go. Hugh Caldwell has a question for you.
He says, Dave, if my acoustic guitar is double at the 12th fret than it is at the nut, will sanding the bridge down be enough, or do I have to have the neck reset? I would first, before you do any of that, I would make sure the top isn't bellied from lack of humidity or too much humidity. Your acoustic guitar needs to be at about 50% humidity at all times, between 40 and 50%. Top needs to be straight. It's that the top probably raised, and that's why your action is so high. So I would not shave the bridge down, and you don't need a neck reset. I would just humidify the guitar.
Mm-hmm. Or buy another one.
Play electric. You won't have to worry about that.
When I first broke a string on my very first guitar, I thought I broke it. I thought the guitar was broken. I thought that was it. And I remember taking it to the local shop and was like, I was embarrassed to show it to them because I thought I broke the guitar.
How about your first Floyd Rose? Trying to tune your first Floyd Rose up, not being able to get it in tune. Every time you would tune all 6 of them, the low E string would be flat again. You know, your first
Well,
floating
no,
bridge.
mine was never floating.
Well, my first floating bridge, I thought I was like, I can't. This guitar's broken. You can't tune it. Can't get tuned.
Nah, I made sure my first Kramer guitar, which actually is in there somewhere. Yeah, I remember the day I got that, and I knew, not to have a floating bridge because I knew from the interviews that he didn't have one. You know, and I was never, even if Eddie, didn't, even if, what am I trying to say? I'm not a fan of floating
Floating Floyd Roses.
of floating floats.
Flo-
Not really a fan of floating floats.
floating flubs. Oh Jesus! I think it's time to go.
Remember the band?
And now on the flying trapeze, the floating flubs.
Steve Carmichael. So the scoop on the Van Halen movie was a real treat. I bet it's going to spread through the music news blogs in the coming days. That would be awesome if it did. That'd be incredible if it did. Steve Carmichael. That reminds me. Let me show you guys this. I didn't show you guys this on Tuesday. Let me find. How would I find this? I sent this to Mancuda. Oh man, my first of all, my laptop is at 9%. Second of all, my Facebook changed to the new Facebook, and so I can't find anything. Anybody else watching this? Did your Facebook change over to the new version, and you're just like, you're lost?
I don't know it. Yeah, it sucks. The new version sucks. It changed way too much too fast.
Well, I've been using it on my other. I've got another account that I use. And I've had it on there for a month, 2 months, but I'm not over there all the time. It's
You're
not
over
like
here now.
yeah, I'm always over on this one. Come on, let me find it. Ah, so much. What? Wait, when is this conversation from? Monday? Oh. Is that it? Nope, that's not it. Here, let me find it and show you guys this before. It's actually, it's kind of funny. It relates to what he's saying. Man, I can't find it. Anyway, I can't find it. Let me just say I just happened to see this. I'm reading some music blog about Steve Vai and somebody. It was from January, so it wasn't recent. And I'm reading this whole thing, and then the guy who did the blog, it was on a music website. I'm scrolling through, and then it said in quotes, Johnny Beane says, and it had a quote from me in this music blog for the Steve Vai thing. And I'm like, what? So anyway, it was very, very cool.
Hugh Caldwell asks, what do I use for polishing frets? Quadruple zero steel wool. And I go
That's
this
good
way.
stuff.
I go this way on the frets, not this way. Because you don't want to scratch the rosewood or the maple or whatever your neck is. You don't want to scratch it up. So go along with the fret.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's very good. So are we good?
Yeah, I'm good. Man, I don't know. It's just I'm a little tired now. I had a rough day.
Yeah. Well, it's 20 to 11 there.
Yeah, but I mean, I had a rough day all day with dialysis and all. It was just it was a rough day today.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't had a nap yet.
Mm-hmm. Well, what upgrade should Riley Morgan do to his Kramer special?
I honestly think
There's no,
I think you should enjoy the guitar as it is. I don't think that has a Floyd Rose on it.
no.
And to put a Floyd on that would be way too much money for that guitar, unless you are absolutely, absolutely in love with the guitar and it means something. It's very special to you. Uh, I'm not saying it's a bad guitar. I just think that it would be a bad monetary move to have a Floyd Rose installed on that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I wouldn't install a Floyd on that. I would if if you get that guitar, like Dave said, I would play it for what enjoy it for how it is. Um, but if you want a guitar with a Floyd Rose, I'd save up and get a guitar with a Floyd. You know,
Yeah.
get one of those 5150 series guitars. Those have Floyds on them. Get one of those. They're awesome.
Yeah. I agree. They're very good. They're very good.
Yes.
Or if you have unlimited amounts of money, go get yourself a Nags Steve Stevens Severn with a Floyd on it. They're about $6,000.
Ugh. Hmm. Riley, I'd put a Floyd on your Kramer special.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm really just kidding. Again, still, I wouldn't put a Floyd on that guitar. It's really not that I don't want to say it's not worth it. It's just
No.
not conducive to the wallet.
Yeah, yeah,
For
and
that guitar.
you'd have to change everything on the guitar. You'd have to have there's no nut. You'd have to put a Floyd nut on there, which is I think a lot of guys don't even like doing that. The guys that can do it, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you have a Wolfgang Standard, dude. There you go. Enjoy the Wolfgang Standard. Leave the Kramer as is. Because the thing is, actually, I did this years ago. I had an Explorer. I had a DiMarzio Explorer body, which I wish I still had, but it's long gone. That was a guitar that it was a mutt guitar, put together at the shop. The shop I used to work at where Skolnick taught lessons. I got the guitar, and then it had a regular Fulcrum bridge on it. And then I had one of the guys there put a Floyd on it. And when I got the guitar back, even though it had the Floyd, it didn't play well. It lost whatever it had, and it sucked after that. It wasn't great.
Yeah, some guitars just are not good like that. Some guitars are amazing when you put a Floyd on. Some are not.
Mm-hmm.
Raleigh, tell me, what color did you get? Did you get the Malaga purple? That's the coolest color.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. Is it Samir? Thank you so much.
Brian Spaulding asks, what do I think about Les Pauls with Floyds on them? I think they're great. I wish I had one.
Nah, to me, that's wrong. That's wrong.
They make the Axis, the Axis Les Paul, the All Axis, I think it's called, or the Alex Lifeson guitar. It's great. I mean, it's not a 59 guitar. It's not like a 59 reissue, but it's a solid guitar with a Floyd on it. It's a really good guitar.
Yeah, I'm just not a big Les Paul player myself anyway, so.
Would you play this?
Yeah.
It's a Les Paul, dude.
I'd play that. Well, but I mean, I was saying, I don't know. I like that better than a Les Paul. I think it looks cooler.
I think it's pretty cool too.
Mm-hmm.
It sounds amazing. It really does.
Nice. Eduardo, you're back. Oh man, we were just leaving. P90s with the Floyd. Yeah. Actually, that's something I've wanted for a long time is a Wolfgang with P90s. I've been saying that now for three years.
Why don't you see if Chris Hubbard will sell his? He's selling a bunch of guitars, I think.
Mm-hmm. Well, you know.
Yeah, I know. I know.
Cool.
I gotta go, man. I'm exhausted. Time to go.
Yeah. I'm gonna go outside.
Enjoy. You still have light. You still have sun over there, don't you?
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's only 20 to 8. It doesn't get dark here till like 9:30.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Thank you so much, everybody, for watching. Eduardo, sorry, man. Eduardo, come back tomorrow. We'll be live 11. We'll be live at midnight Eastern time. With John BL and Jay Hannon.
Yeah.
Neanderthal. And actually, you never know. You never know who's going to show up.
And guys, check out my show this coming Thursday night at 8 p.m. Eastern. I'll have Tom Weber, who is guitar tech to the stars, Eddie Van Halen's guitar tech, Neil Schoen's guitar tech, CC DeVille's guitar tech, amongst others. He'll be on the show with us, and he'll spill the beans on a bunch of stuff. So
awesome.
Yeah.
I remember trying to get his attention after one of the shows.
Yeah.
I remember there's footage of me on the I think on the channel here going up. I took the camera up and I'm like yelling. I'm like, hey, but he couldn't hear me. But yeah, I watched him put the guitars away and everything.
Very cool stuff.
Yes. Yeah, so come back tomorrow, you guys. And watch the show from earlier with Greg Runoff if you didn't. It was very good. Greg is awesome. And check out his new book, Ted Templeman. What is it called? A Platinum Producer's Life in Music.
Right here.
There it is. Check that out. And, of course, Van Halen Rising, which I have on my iPad. Thank you, Riley. There you go, Riley. Yeah, using the commands. Thank you so much, man. All right. See you guys tomorrow. Thank you so much. Brian Spalding, dude, you got to jump on with us tomorrow, man. Thank you so much. Charles Green, Robbie Johnston, Music Therapy Labs, David Ennis, Thomas Santiago, Mike Neese, Connor Johnson 50, Michael Smith, who we'll probably see tomorrow, some Dave Dude, and Steve Carmichael. Thank you so much, you guys. Channel members here on YouTube. Thank you so much. And if you'd like to become a channel member, click the join button below. And we will see you guys tomorrow night on Saturday Night Live.
Sounds good.
All right. Good night, everybody.
Night.